Here we are, KoJack's live on this feature Friday, and we are jumping right into the bomb pot. Megan and Julie in the chat already. Love to see that kind of stuff. But here's a look at the game that we got going on right now. We are just coming into the end of the first bomb pot. Things are already heating up. $390 pot to start things off. And Ashton and John are going to chop, it looks like. Ashton's got the set of trips, the queens right there, and John has the straight to the queen. Ruben making the call on the river with a pretty decent hand. Got trip jacks on the bottom board, but wasn't able to best that straight. So we're going to chop things up and get things rocking and rolling. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're having a good old time here. We're going to have fun watching some feature Friday, 5 on the button Hold'em. We've been doing a little PLO on these Fridays for the past couple of weeks, but we are switching it up for today. Got a little Hold'em today. Hey, Ambient Pool in the chat saying, well, we meet again. Ambient Pool been trying to play some of those tournaments on TX Poker, which is, I promise, it's coming soon. TX Poker is going to be going on pretty shortly with those tournaments, but right now we do not have them up as of yet. And that's what we got going. Make sure to deposit money at any of the locations in our network, and you can withdraw money the same way. Play some poker at the table. I hear the Big O games are going off really, really well. It's a 5-card high-low game. Super fun to play. If you like splashy, gambly games, that's a good one. Also, if you like splashy, gambly games, you're in the right spot. We got that 5 on the button going, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Eric and Ashton already with some super playable hands here. Eric in the under the gun position, which is called the big blind on our system because we have a single button blind. And who folded 7 deuce? I saw 7 deuce in someone's hand. But nope, I guess, okay. Well, either way, 7 deuce would have flopped a set of trips. Eric's going to lead out again here, and Queen Jack just not enough to continue, so he's going to fold. We're playing 5 on the button. If you're not familiar, that is a single blind on the button, just $5 right on there. Ambient Pool in the chat saying, I'm tired of this, grandpa. I think. It depends on the inflection of that statement. I'm tired of this, grandpa. Or I'm tired of this, grandpa. Or I'm tired of this, grandpa. Or I'm tired of this, grandpa. Who knows? I don't know. I got a feeling you're talking about me. What's up, Matthew? Hope everything's going good, my man. I know we're a little delayed on the tournaments for TX Poker. We had them slated to go live today, but trust me when I say the wait will be worthwhile. We are going to have some pretty cool free rolls to start things off. Probably doing a week of free rolls, and it can be freeze outs or something like that. Just a lot of fun right there. Mackenzie in the chat. What's going on, Mac? What's happening? Hadn't heard from you in a while. Says it's from the Holes movie. Quote, I'm tired of this, grandpa. Quote, that's too damn bad. You know what? I don't know. I like Shia LaBeouf. Haven't seen Holes, I'll be honest. I read the book a long time ago. Hey, Steve in the chat, what are the hourly rates there? $15 an hour at the table, but you do get discounts if you purchase more time at a time. So 3 hours is $40, 9 hours, $100. So you save a little bit if you buy more at a time, and the time never expires. So you can buy a bunch and then let it sit on your account, use it up, and then buy some more. Says, looking forward to heading back to KoJack's next time he's in the Permian. So, yes, indeed, Steve, we are looking forward to you returning. That will be pretty good. Matt, switching usernames here, going from YouTube to Facebook. He's glad Mackenzie gets the joke. You know what? I can't be responsible for all references. That's all I can say, is that I'm not in the loop all the time. Sometimes I am, but not all the time. All right, and Ruben with the 7-6 is going to raise up to 20. Lineup here for Mike Sawyer's in the chat. Doing a little throwback to last episode, singing some songs. You know what? I think we're fine to say that on YouTube, but I'm not positive. I'm just gonna stay away. I'll let the comment lie where it does. Matt saying, "How is that the one reference I don't know?" Yeah, I don't know. A couple of them have escaped me. Steve in the chat saying KoJack's was and probably still is interesting after 2 a.m. on a Friday, Saturday morning. Yeah, you ain't lying. Boy, I tell you what, we have had some wild games the past couple of weekends. They have been really, really exciting. You know it's good when you come in on a Monday and people are still talking about the Friday night, Saturday morning game. That is pretty wild right there. And we're already moving on to hand number 5 going on here. Got rid of a couple of knit buttons. We are playing the knit button game once again. Those red dots by each of the players signify who's got a button left according to the system. You got to show your hand to get rid of the knit button. And we're going by the hour. So it's not until who's got the last button. We're going to go until 7 o'clock. Whoever's got one left is going to throw in $25 to a horse race. If we got 3 people left, it'll be a $75 horse race. If nobody's got a knit button, then we're just going to move on with life and redistribute the buttons. But I do think it makes the game interesting. Yeah, Steve in the chat saying, yeah, the characters. You are not wrong. We got some characters on those late night games. So that is pretty good. Now we're blessed. We have a good crew. We have very sportsmanlike players. We also have very funny players, very just good people all around. But would be lying if I said we didn't have any characters. So Kyle's got the Jack 9. Eric's got the 10-8. 2 pair versus the straight that just got there. And let's see if Eric can boat up. And it is another 10. And Kyle, with this made straight, flush draw bricks out with that 10 of spades on the river. He's going to bet. Looks like $100.
Yeah, I think he says 300.
Oh, I was lying. It looks like $85. And Eric has got to decide. 10's full. Going to be right near the nuts. How much does he raise? Does he go up to 240? Nope, he's just going to do 150. And I think the bet, yeah, it's got to be 170 here. But he is, and yes, Kyle is going to make the call. Straight versus boat. That is gnarly already. Oh, man. And looks like Eric's going to get rid of his nip button. He did show his hand. So he's going to be able to get on by without that button. And we'll make sure that it is given to the dealer before the end of the hour because he did show his hand. He got rid of his button, and there it goes, right to the dealer. Very, very nice. Matt in the chat asking if I've ever watched Tires. What kind of question is that? Of course. Of course I've seen Tires. Ashley's giving me a big old thumbs up. That is a very hilarious show. One of the only good recent sitcoms that I've seen. It is very funny. Anything with, what's his name in there, just cracks me up. That guy is funny. Probably the funniest comedian right now, I would have to say. Just, you know, he's, what's the word? Not unassuming, but he doesn't have to try. He just is funny. Everything he says. And I love Matt and Shane's secret podcast as well. I like watching that. They get into a lot of historical facts. That's a lot of fun too. All right, now it's Casey's turn to raise it up. He's got the ace-queen. Eric with the king-6 suited. A good suited king. John with the pair of 9s is going to be coming along. And Kyle playing whatever he feels like on the button there. The 7-3 does not want clubs to come. Does not want clubs to come. And Casey doesn't know it, but he doesn't want 4 clubs on the board because that would give Eric the best hand. Okay, looking pretty safe right now. 10-10-7. Kyle making bottom pair. John's 9s still ahead. And let's see. He's going to continue on. Just betting 25. Keeping things under control. Oh, 20. Just keeping things under control. Casey's out of there with the ace queen. Good fold. Not getting attached to those overcards. Matt asking if Ashley is there. Eyes emoji. Ashley is there. Okay, I'm told, Ashley, to tell you hello from a stranger. Hello, stranger. She says, hello, stranger. And Kyle boats up here on the turn. He's going to call the $100 just with a smooth call. And John's got to have alarm bells going off. No, he is undeterred. He's going to continue telling the story. He's betting $100. And Kyle says, if you've got a 10, oh, man, what a value-sized bet. And he does make the call after rubbing his eyes. That's a crying call. But he's got the 7. And Kyle looks a little disgusted. Oh, man, a little relief. As John says, don't have the 10. Now, that was well played by John. Just telling the story there. You got the 10. And Kyle forced into a call. What a cooler that would have been. Oh, man, unreal. Unluckiest player right now is Ruben. He is cursed after that bomb pot. But the unstoppable player right now is Eric in seat number 9. Ashton apparently losing 3 hands, though I don't think folding when you're behind technically counts as a loss. I don't know. Weigh in on that one, chat. We've been talking about that one for the past couple of live streams. I think if you fold when you're behind, you're not losing. That's a good fold. That's a win. You don't win the pot, but you win poker. And the natural here, making his triumphant return to our 5 on the button live stream. We got Adrian Sprott also returning. He's been playing frequently on some of these lives. Mr. Eric, first timer here to the live stream. Ashton doing well for himself with that ace king. Has played on a few of them. John can't get enough of the camera. Loves to play on the lives. And it looks like we've got ace jack versus, oh, the ace jack gets out of there to a 3-bet. Eric going to come along with the 7-8 offsuit. I like the play. Now he is going to be out of position to Ashton. Going to be tough to get any physical reads though with a dealer in between. And how's that? Eric is almost basically up and down. Well, up and down will improve him. A 9 or a 5 will definitely help. 5 will get him there. A 9 will help. No, a 9 will get him there. He is. He's double gutted. Going to bet out $100. Ashton with the ace king. No pair, no draw. Eric has been betting a lot. And Ashton folds. Good fold there. Wouldn't have minded a peel just to see if he could catch up. But Eric was ahead in that hand in terms of draws. And facing a bet, it's hard to make that call right there. Now, we are having some tiny technical difficulties. I've got the Table Talk audio on, but I am not sure if I can hear anybody. It seems like it's working on the screen. Can you hear the Table Talk? There's not a whole lot going on. They're pretty low. But I think I get levels. I think I have audio levels on here. I'm not the most OBS savvy person. Adrian with the ace 10, going to raise up to 15. All right, the ace 10 versus the king queen. Get a 3-bet, just clicking it back to $30. Okay, you can hear the chips rattle. That's good. That's good. Yeah, not a whole lot of talking anyway. But I'll have to figure out what I can do to make it pop up on my headphones. I don't know why it does that. Every other time it works. And there's a quick, easy fix. And I feel, I'll be honest with you, kind of like a moron for not knowing how to do it. Matt says everybody's whispering sweet nothings in each other's ears. It's like a late night radio show. And Adrian flopping top pair. King queen gets out of there. John with the second nut flush draw. He's going to peel another card, I think, for $45. 45. 2 hands. Strong call right there. All right, both players with a knit button. Whoever wins this one should be able to get rid of it. Bink! And not only does that 9 of spades complete the front door flush, but it also brings home a whole host of straight draws. Adrian proceeds with no caution, betting $40. Small down bet, but I don't think John is going anywhere. The question is, does he raise right now and announce his hand, or does he just make the call? And it looks like looks like a raise. He must have announced the $150 raise. Clicking it back from $75. Adrian with top pair here on a straighty flushy board, as they say, is going to re-raise to 300. Oh, man, what a play right there. And I think John just shoves all in. Unbelievable. Adrian with just another $125 to call. Ace 10 in bad shape. Does get 2 pair. But now John has been upgraded to the nut flush with the king high flush. And John gets a swift double up right here at the beginning of the stream. Unbelievable back and forth play. But with the king high flush, there's nothing you can do right there. What are you scared of? Straight flush wasn't even on there. Would have been a straight flush draw. But yeah, Matt, I think you're right. Caught in the cookie jar. Now, one of my favorite stories about poker is, I think it was Negreanu playing against that billionaire guy. His name is... I'm Googling it right now. Put the story on pause. That's not Andy Beal. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. One of my favorite players. Now, Adrian's got the ace-king, and it is suited. He's got the club variety here. Now, he's going to raise it up to 25. And he's going to get 3 callers here. Ace-4 offsuit, 10-9 offsuit, and 10-9 offsuit. Flop comes out queen 10-5. No queens out there. Looks like John and the natural have Bill Perkins. That's the one. Yeah, Alan Keating is probably my favorite poker player alive. He was in one of the live stream chats one time. You know what? We were best friends for maybe 5 minutes while he was in there. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Bill Perkins was playing. I think it was against Negreanu, and he said, Bill Perkins, what a guy. He's just got the best phrases. He bluffed me one time, and then he writes in the chat, caught speeding in all caps. And I think that's really funny. Caught in the cookie jar, caught speeding. You know, that happens. But Adrian now with the ace-king, looking for a jack. And it does not come on the river. The natural with his pair of 10s is going to be best. And Adrian is going to slow down here. Not going to try and bluff 2 pots in a row. Smart play. That is where I go wrong personally a lot of the time. Natural going to size up a bet. Let's see. Looks like 200. 175. 200. No, it is 200. I was right the first time. Go with your gut. Yeah, that's a good size. Good full pot size. And he's got to show his cards, and he does show the 10-9, and he gets rid of his biscuit. The C biscuits are in play once again. Some of the largest pots, 3 figures. We got some work to do, boys. Steve in the chat saying, drawn blank, but who's that loudmouth Czech guy? I think you're talking about Martin Cabril. He needs to be invited to a game here sometimes. Would really spice things up. Yeah, that guy is spicy. I think you're talking about Cabril. There was another guy who was super, super spicy, but I don't think he's Czech. He was on last year's WSOP main event when Braxton placed third. Very good win for Braxton. But we were talking in the poker room, why don't they get those two on the same table? That would be absolutely fireworks. I think that would have been nuts. They had a missed opportunity. They should have just forced it to happen. Yeah, you know, Steve, I watched a hand with Cabrillo the other day. I don't remember the actual hand. I don't remember the cards or anything like that. But what I do remember is on the river, Cabrillo is looking at his opponent, getting all up in his face and stuff and saying whatever, and then puts out a bet. And then the other guy starts getting in Cabrillo's face, and Cabrillo completely closes up and raises Cabrillo with a better hand. And Cabrillo just like folds, like looking away, looking down at the floor. I thought that was hilarious.
I got to see him.
The English guy. You might be talking about Tony G, the Australian guy. I don't. Oh, yeah. The other guy is English. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, Tony G is another one of my favorites to watch. I don't think I'd like to play against him or anything, but watching him is a treat. When he was on the big game long time ago, that was always really fun to watch. Yep, Steve got a little taste of his own medicine and backed off immediately. I was like, man, that could have gone so many different ways, and I was so surprised that it went in that particular way. And a bet and a call on the river. Ashton's going to take down that pot and get rid of his sea biscuit. So only a couple of biscuits left, actually. John, one of them. Casey, one of them. Adrian, one of them. And I think Ruben already got rid of his. And Mike Moyer in seat number 4. I haven't seen him play a hand yet, so I believe he's still got a biscuit. Luck distribution is all the way up for Eric. Will Kassouf is exactly who I'm talking about. Yes, that is the one. Yeah, Will Kassouf is really, he's a, how do you say, dynamic player. It makes me wish for the Jamie Gold days when Jamie Gold was the loudmouth. He and Mike Matisow. Yeah, things are a different breed nowadays. I think everybody plays online. I think everybody watches the Sparks from the Poker Brat, and they feel like maybe they should act up too. And it works. They do get the spotlight, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Will Kassouf. Thanks for that one, Matt. Yeah, he's an animal also. How funny. All right, so Eric's going to raise it up to 20 and get 2 callers. The natural, not one of them with the weak ace. Ruben out of there with the queen 3. And Casey is no longer in the pot, but Adrian's coming along with the 6-4. Ace 10 with the clubs. 6-4 with the spades. Ace jack and king jack offsuit. Flop comes out king high, king queen 8. Ashton flopping the best of it. But any jack, any of the 2 remaining jacks will give Eric the best hand. Let's see what he wants to do with this. Sizing it up. He's popping out a small $50 bet. Small relative to the stacks, not to the pot. Ashton does make the call. All right, and 1 fold. Ace jack looking for a 10. Ace 10 looking for a jack, and it's the 10. Kyle, binking Broadway here. Eric is very aware of what just happened. So is Ashton. And Kyle throws out another $50 bet. Says, look, it worked on the flop. Got a couple of callers. Let's see. If you want to continue on, you got to continue paying $50. And gets 2 callers. Good value sizing there. Kyle almost a lockup on this hand. And that 7 is going to do it. Kyle gets the check mark. Eric is going to check. Ashton's going to check. And Kyle's going to bet out $225. Eric with just a pair of 10s is out of there. Ashton, a little more difficult of a decision to make here. He does have top pair. It was good on the flop. Of course, we know he was dead on the turn pretty much. Dead to an ace on the turn. And he's going to think about it. Try and size up what his opponent has. And he does think better of it. He makes the correct fold. Kyle's going to take down that pot right there. Steve saying, don't know how much truth there is to it, but on Reddit, people were saying he was deep in debt to drug dealers and whatnot. Ah, that's interesting. That is, I don't know, that is possible. Who knows? He's kind of a squirrely looking guy, both of them, Kasuf and Cabral. Hilarious how he told the other players he'd remember their faces and see them next year, and then security walked him out while people were basically celebrating his departure. I do remember that too. I think he's been banned, right? He's been banned from the WSOP, if I'm not mistaken. I think his antics were just a little bit too much for everybody. Who knows? Who knows who's telling the truth on the internet? Always something. Ashton's going to make the call with the suited king. The natural out of there with the 4 Ruben no longer in with the 10 deuce. Casey with the queen 10 making the call. Eric with the 7-5's already got 5 in, so he just checks. 3 ways to the flop here. $15 in the middle. Ace, king, 9, 2 hearts. Good flop for Casey. He's looking for a jack. You have a 6 card straight. It's an 8 of hearts instead. Casey now with the highest flush draw of the remaining players. Ashton still with top pair. And Eric needing a little help. That's a sick, sick card. That 5 gives both Casey and Eric the flush. And it just checks around. Never mind. Casey's going to take her down. He shows his hand, so he gets rid of the button. Very even distribution of winning hands, isn't it? I think just about everybody's gotten rid of their nip button already. Just Adrian and John. And John got rid of his already. John won a hand, I believe, unless his biscuit is hiding in the back somewhere. Steve saying he got banned just for the remainder of the 2025 events. Okay. But he may have played in some events this year. I think I remember seeing his name on some Poker News headlines. I think you're right. I think he did play in some of the events this year.
Right, and that's exactly what went through my mind. He bet small to get both.
But either way, what an animal. John with the 7 deuce is going to auto fold. Kyle with the king 4 suited is going to make the call. Just limp it in. People like playing the suited kings these days. The natural with the 9 deuce out of there. Ruben with the jack 3 out of there. Casey with the 10-8 suited going to come along. Adrian folding the jack deuce. And Eric is folding a hand. Ashton coming along on the button. And here we are off to a flop 3 ways with 15 in the middle. And I can see already that Kyle's going to bet out $10. Who knew? 9-5-4 on the board. And I think Kyle bets. And both players fold. Kyle's going to take it down with a pair of 4s. Small pot, but, you know, who's complaining? You won the pot. You win some money. Pretty good right there. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. We are KoJack's in Midland, having a good old time on this Feature Friday. Got some big action brewing. Right now, things are tame. Everybody's feeling each other out, making sure they know what they're getting into. Stacks are pretty large, though. Just about everyone right near 1,000 or on the high side of that. Yeah, John with the double up. He did win that pot, so he did get rid of his button. And just a small question as to what we're doing here when a player is absent on the button. I say we move it on. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're going to keep it. And here we go. Only Adrian with the button left, nip button, that is. And he makes it back to his seat just in time to continue it. Oh, okay, and John returns. Good thing he was on the button. Kyle with the jack 3. Is going to call. Mike with 7-4 out of there. The natural. A good playable hand. The ace Quisha. See if he raises it up. No, just makes a call. Parking lot hand, never too cautious. Casey with the jack 4 suited is in there. Adrian's out of there. Ashton's in there, and so is John. Conan in the chat. What's going on, Conan? Jack is still kicking, tearing up the dance floor. 8-6 deuce on the board. Good thing the natural didn't raise too much. Would have been a very bloated pot with just 2 over cards.
20.
And John looking for a 9 to hit a straight. It's going to bet out 20 bucks. That'll get a fold out of Kyle. See if the natural wants to peel here. It looks like he does. 2 over cards, good enough for that one. And Ashton's out of there. So we are now heads up to the turn. If it's a 9, we call that a bink for John. If it's a 5, we call that up and down. Gets a 9 to a high straight to the 10. Gets a 4. Have a straight to the 8. And the natural just checks. I think a bet here from John will probably get the natural to fold. A lot of low cards. Up against what you call just any 2 cards on the button. And it does. Go bet fold. I see Ashton adding on a couple of chips.
You want to check out of this?
All right, we are moving on to the next one. Hand number 15 coming at you. We are only 40 minutes into the stream. And only one of the Seabiscuits is remaining. Mr. Adrian, the last remaining player with that Seabiscuit. Now, we are doing a variation on the knit game. It doesn't end when one player has the button left. It ends at the end of the hour. However many buttons are in play, that's how big the horse race is going to be. And it is a horse race, just doing a 2-card horse race. Mike with the King Jack. He's going to lead out here for 15. He's got it suited, the natural 2-4. Nope, 2-4 for that hand. Ruben with the 5-6 offsuit. Casey with the Jack-7 offsuit. Adrian with the Queen-9 is out of there. Eric looks like he may want to play. 15 bucks with a suited 10-8. And Ashton with the same hand of the heart variety. John now with the Ace-Queen. That hand is making its way. And look at this, 3 10-8 suiteds in one hand. Yep, no 10 or 8 on the flop. Big surprise there. Ace, Jack, 3. Mike with the King Jack. He's got the best pair right now. But it's John who's going to be betting out with the pair of aces, which actually is the best pair right now. I stand corrected. Mike coming along. Not giving up too soon. It's tough to make a pair. Deuce on the turn. Mike's going to slow down here. See if John wants to smooth check and disguise his hand or bet. Try and get a little value from a worse pair.
150.
And I do believe he's going to bet out $150. Should be good enough to get Mike to fold. Very seasoned player. Knows when he's beat. Taps the table, says, good hand, my brother. And that'll do it. John gets rid of his hand, gets the pot in front of him. Hey, Rendick in the chat saying, love your stream. Very cool, man. Glad you could join us. Doing a little 5 on the button action. We're playing Hold'em today. That is 2 cards in everybody's hand. Kyle is the luck box player. But if you look, that slider is pretty close to center right there. Ashton the Maniac, 67% of hands played. Very interesting to see. I would have expected John or Eric to have the highest VPIP. But it looks like Mike only playing 8% of his hands. No fault of Mike's. He really hadn't caught a whole lot of cards. The natural with the Queen-7. Going to limp on in. Adrian folding the 3 deuce suited. Getting a read on his opponent to his right. Sorry, to his left. We are not mirror imaged here. And Mike is going to just check his option here on the button with the 7-5. 9-6-4. Great flop for 7-5. Pretty good flop for 8-9 as well. And I think Kyle's going to bet out 15 with the top pair. Mike's going to come along, going to peel another card, see if he can get to his straight. And a lot of opportunities to do so. Ashton with a pair of 6s comes along as well. John out of there with the King-10. 2 overs. That's okay. Good fold there. And there's the 7. Oh, it's a 6 rather. Ashton in real good shape. And Mike's going to bluff at it here. Going to 3-bet to 60 with his straight draw. Ashton, top set of trips with top kicker. Does he go for the 4-bet? Nope, and he just calls. That could entice Kyle to come along, but he declines. Doesn't want to see another card for the increased price, so we are now heads up here. Ace 6 for 7-5, and it's an ace on the river. Ashton boats up. Now, there is no amount of chips that he bets to get called. I think even $5 Mike is going to fold. Let's see if he recognizes that. Tough to put Mike on the draw. Probably puts him on a weaker 6. And that is an absolutely fair assessment. Ashton's going to bet out, looks like 265.
260.
Good polarizing bet above pot. Love when that happens. A little over bet to make it look like he's bluffing, but Mike just can't call here. Mike has a biscuit, and Adrian has a biscuit. Yep, Mike thinks better of it, and he folds. Going to get out of there. And if I was Ashton, I would have turned over just the ace, just to keep it spicy, but it looks like he shows both cards. Showing off the boat.
What?
Matt saying caught speeding. Yeah. Yeah, it was a semi-bluff. It was a semi-bluff.
That was my
But
first time.
indeed, Mike could pull that one out. Going and saying Mike doesn't get lucky all the time. Winky face. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I really thought he was going to get there on the river, but Ashton pulls it out, gets the boat instead.
If you're gonna think it's a bluff, right?
Can I get 2 cold waters?
And you can see the play styles here. This time, Eric is all the way up top right, and everybody else either left or bottom left. Couple of calling stations. It's like Ashton and John making the most calls.
Is there a rule in Texas? Cash doesn't play, or is it a club choice?
It's a club choice.
Clicking around here trying to get the Table Talk audio so that I can hear it. But I do see a couple of mouths moving. I see the levels reading on the board here.
Yeah. On high stakes, they'll have a break of 100 here or something.
But I just don't know. I don't know why it's not working. Got the USB plugged in properly. Got the buttons pushed properly. I don't know. We'll get the tech guy out here one of these days. Largest pots still in the 3-figure territory. Come on, guys. Rookie numbers. Let's see a couple $1,000 move around here.
Actually, don't know what I would have done to it.
Either way, we are moving on to the next hand, having a good old time doing it. Thanks again, everybody, for checking us out. We've got another half hour left in the first official hour of the game.
I don't want the ace there.
Ooh, John fumbled a card there. He's looking around to see if anybody saw it. Ruben with a pair of 10s in his hand. Not too good here. Adrian with a pair of jacks in his hand. That's a set of trips up top. He's got an ace on the bottom. Let's see, Eric with a pair of jacks and a pair of kings lets it go. Ashton with a heart draw. And up and down on the top. Let's see, Ashton's going to make the call. Mike, not making the call. He's got 5-6 as well. The natural with the ace-king, 2-pair on the bottom. Wants to see if he can hit a boat. Got the wheel draw on the top. Got to go runner for... Oh, no, he's got the ace-deuce. Just needs a 5. And the natural thinks better of it. No spade draw. Ruben's out of there with the 10-high flush draw. And Casey with the queen and the pair of eights is going to make the fold. So we're between Adrian and Ashton. I do think this is going to go chop chop. 9 on top, 3 on the bottom. Adrian actually pulls ahead with that 9. Ashton still looking for a 4 to make a straight. Sorry, a deuce or a 7 to make a straight on top. Heart on top, 8 on bottom. And it looks like, yep, it is going to go chop chop. And Ashton's going to bet full pot. That might be good enough to get Adrian to fold. Holding his cards, thinking about it. Matt saying, no, 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 no. Thank you. Which is my favorite line. I can go back and forth with that one all day long. Yo, Dulot in the chat. What's up? He's in Round Rock, about to play at the Lodge. Very cool, man. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you sun run till the cows come home, my man. We missed you on this live stream, but we'll get you on the next one. It looks like Adrian is going to make the call. He's got the body language of a caller. You can see clearly the shoulder position, the elbow position. Yeah, okay. He hasn't made the call yet. He is going to get half of the pot with a set of jacks. No, set of jacks not good. Straight for Ashton. Pair of jacks for Adrian. But he thinks he's playing the set of jacks. And he does make the call. He's going to get half the pot.
Yeah, I also did have hearts.
Really tough call right there, but he did make the correct one. Yeah, I was reading the cards wrong, Matt. You're right. Took me a minute. I was trying to figure out why the other guy had a check mark, but yep. Not the set. It's the straight. Straight beats a set most days of the week.
I had a full wrap and a flusher on the flop. I really wanted
Those bomb pots are a little tricky sometimes. You keep looking at one thing thinking it's the right thing. You got to start all over from scratch every once in a while. All right, back to Hold'em. Next hand. Dulot saying Team Adrian LFG. Yeah, in the chat, let me know who you're cheering for, who you're rooting on, where you're watching from. We got the natural on the button. Ruben with the 6-9 doesn't decline to play. Casey with the Queen 9 does not decline. Adrian, you're going to try and make something happen here. Stressful call on that bomb pot. You can see him shaking his head. And Eric is going to play the 6-9 offsuit. See, the natural with the King 4 is going to throw in another $10 on the button. So is Casey. Queen 9, 8-7, 9-6, Ace 10, King 4. Good spread of cards here. Let's see who hits. 5, 5, 7. Adrian with a pair of 7s. And that's kind of it. Casey going to check. Adrian going to check. Everybody checks. River turn card's a 9. Casey pulls ahead with a pair of 9s. Adrian 7, 8, looking for a 6. Doesn't want a heart or a club. He's going to bet $30, get a couple of callers here. And we are 3 ways to the river. And it is a king. Casey's pair of 9 is going to be best. Let's see how it plays out, though. Casey checks, Adrian checks, and Eric, pair of 9s, shows it. Casey with a better pair of 9s shows it. And that $165 is going to Casey. Oh, no, it chops. Yeah, pair of fives with the king. Matt, I'm reading the cards wrong again, buddy. Look out. Pair of fives, pair of kings. No, pair of fives, pair of nines. And we are moving on here.
Sorry.
Some of the largest pots finally over the four-figure mark. $1,230 between Ashton and Adrian. That was the bomb pot that we just watched. Stressful call for Adrian. Yep. And we are starting to pick things up now that everybody is feeling each other out, getting a good sense of the table dynamics. Casey with the 4 tray, Adrian with the queen 9, Eric with the king 5. And looks like we're going to be limping around once again. Natural fold in the jack deuce. He's not going to miss that hand. And we are 4 ways to the flop. 20 bucks in the middle. Math checks out. 10, 6, 4. Ashton with a pair of 6s. Casey with a pair of 4s. Nobody with a 10. Turn card's a jack. Misses everybody once again. And a 10 on the river. Ashton gets the check mark with just a pair of 6s. Anybody bets at it, they're going to take it down, but everybody checks. Ashton going to take down a small pot. Yeah, what are you going to do? Bet there $5, $10? Small pot uncontested, as we say. And we are on hand number 20.
$900.
I mean, that's the normal move there.
Yeah, in the
It's all about
fucking
it's all about polarity.
in the 20 bucks.
Adrian coming back to the table.
No,
Just checking on things.
I bet the turn if it was anything.
Making sure everything's all right. Just, you know, securing the foundation, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Coming back.
yeah, counterfeit on the river.
I like to think he's eating sour gummy worms, but I don't think that's what I see. It looks like mints.
Is that a sleeper?
We did get a fresh stock of mints. Adrian's going to make the fold with the queen 10 out of position. And Eric's going to raise with the queen 9. Ashton's going to 3-bet with the 5-6 suited. That is book approved. Going to fold around here. Mike with the 7-5. Natural with the ace-3. Ruben with the ace-jack makes the call, as does Eric. And we are 5 ways to the flop. 160 bucks in the middle. Flop comes out 7-4 deuce. Rainbow. Ashton up and down here. 1 spade for Ruben. 1 club for John. Ooh, Ashton's going to bet out pretty chunky right there. $85. John with the king 6. A lot of cards will improve him on the turn. I would not hate a peel, but $85 kind of steep. And he is going to look like he makes the fold. Yep, there it goes. Ruben with the ace-jack. Wouldn't hate a peel here either for him. A lot of low cards to improve. Spades would improve him. And Casey with the king 10 is out of there. And it looks like Eric, I think, is probably going to fold. Just not a lot going on for him unless he really wants to get sticky and try and make a play later. Nope, he does not. He's going to make the fold. And there we go. On to the next. Ashton picking up a pot right there.
Oh no,
Adrian and I believe Mike. 2 players left with a Seabiscuit. Bomb pots do not count, even if they scoop it. Adrian with the total tank time, over 5 minutes already, and we haven't even gone through the first hour.
we're gonna run it, but
Average tank time, Adrian still leads at 16 seconds.
didn't have a pair, that's for sure. Yeah, you were winning, but I was gonna run
All right, hand number 21 coming at you. I have a long-held theory that prime number hands of the session are big ones. 21, not a prime number, so we'll see how this goes. Natural with the 9-6 is going to play along. I like it. Ruben coming along with the king 10. Casey with the king 8. Let's see what Adrian's got on the button. The old 9-5. The Dolly Parton. Eric straddling with the 5-4. Does just check. 60 bucks in the middle. That means 6 ways to the flop. Flop comes out with a jack on it, a 7 on it, and a 6 on it. 2 hearts. Adrian's going to check. Eric is going to bet. Natural's got a pair of 6s. Eric is up and down here, drawn to the dummy end of the straight. He's got a 5 of hearts as backup. Natural's out. Ruben is out. Casey, out. Adrian, out. And that'll do it. Eric takes her down. Dawson checking on things. Getting the wells correct, it looks like. And there you go. Eric tipping the dealer for good luck. Everybody knows that is very true. Tip the dealer, and good fortune will be brought to you. Eric's super loose aggressive. I like that play style, and it really is working for the table. Miss Americana going on again. Hey, what's up? Hello from right here in Midland. We're rooting for you, Adrian. That is 2 on Team Adrian. The runaway favorite right now. 2 out of 2 votes are for Adrian. Love to see it.
Does Adrian have his bit still? Okay, he's gonna be the nit, so we're gonna do the horse race after this.
Ashton with the king 10. Ooh, away from the table. King 10 suited. Not a bad hand to play, even out of position like that. But he's going to be glad he folded. Mike with the big slick, the ace, king, and diamonds. The natural with the 7-6 is going to come along. Those suited connectors, excellent hands to play in position, especially to a decent, healthy raise like that. Good drawing. They play well post-flop. All right, 4 ways to the flop. 80 bucks in the middle. Queen, queen, 4, if the graphics are to be believed. And it looks like John is going to flop a set of trips. Mike, the pre-flop aggressor, does check. The natural checks in flow. Eric with the jack 5. Not a lot going on there. Now, John says nobody wanted it, so I'll go ahead and bet 25. Dropping the chip there does not count. Mike probably going to fold the ace-king here. Good fold, not getting attached to it. The natural did make a pair of 6s, and he's going to fold. And Eric is out of there as well. And John's going to scoop up another one. Turning things around after that early hand where he doubled up. Now he's up a cool 500 bucks. Right now, Adrian throwing the party down just below 500 bucks, but we've seen some of these pots get wildly out of control. Adrian doing a good job of waiting for his spot. Waiting for a good position to get in there, possibly even double all the way up. Overthinker. That's a stat for you. Adrian with the longest tank time of almost 2 minutes. John with an offsuit king out of position, going to throw a couple of whites in the pot. Mike with the 7 deuce is going to fold. The natural with a weak ace going to come along here. Play. Says it's cheap enough. We'll see what happens. Casey with another weak ace going to come along as well. Eric says the price of poker at $5 is a good price. And just limps. Ashton going to check his option with the 9-4. Queen 10-5 on the flop. Yeah, not a whole lot. Eric with a pair of 10s is going to bet out 15 bucks. If nobody else wants it, he'll take it down. And I do think nobody else wants it. Natural going to throw his hand away. Casey out of there, and that'll do it. Eric wins another one. Just bet your pairs, y'all. Just bet your pairs. That's all you got to do. That 16-foot LED panel in the background doing work right now. Love those graphics that we've got put together. All right, Ashton, apparently the luckiest player, up to 100 luck. Adrian, I do not disagree, down on the bottom end of the luck distribution. Really just hadn't caught a whole lot of cards. I guess you could say hasn't caught a lot of whole cards either. Mike got about 15 minutes left to get rid of his button. He's been picking up some holdings, but really just not connecting with the board, which sometimes is more frustrating than not picking up any holdings. Eric limping along here with the 10-8. Ashton with the 9-4 is going to make the fold this time. Same hand as last time. Jack 7-4 on the flop, 2 diamonds. Natural flopping a pair of 7s. Ruben looking for a 10. Eric holding a 10. That's another 4. See if the natural wants to bet it. Get a little aggressive here. He throws out a small bet. Full pot size, but only 20 bucks. And that's going to get everybody out of there. Natural already got rid of his Seabiscuit. Does not have to show his hand. All right, I'm going to pitch you guys, everybody in the chat, sound off. Let me know what you think about this. A $50 max buy. 1-2 game. Super short stacked. I feel like everybody's going to go all in all the time. What are your thoughts? $50 max buy. Just come with, a couple $100. Put it on the table. Over the course of the couple hours, I feel like that's going to be kind of fun to watch. And the natural with the Queen 10, making the call. And flop comes out King 8-3, 2 hearts. John with top pair. The natural misses. Kyle with a pair of 8s comes along. Matt, I'm serious. Think about it. $50 max buy. Everybody's super short stacked at a 1-2 game. That's 25 bigs. You almost have to play all in or fold. And everybody's going to go all in every hand that they play and then rebuy afterwards. Somebody's going to accrue a massive amount of chips. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'll try it at a home game where you can only buy in for a little bit at a time. $40 max buy might be nuts. What are you smoking? It's a funny question. I do like it. I'm just throwing ideas out. All right, here's the thing, Matt. If you got a better idea, let me hear it. We are talking about putting together some real fantastic live stream games. They are in the works already. That is the caveat there, Matt. Yeah, so there's 2 caveats. One is, can you buy in and match stack after someone runs over the table? Yeah, Steve saying that's not poker, that's bingo with the dealer. Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's what I was trying to foster, is somewhat of a bingo game. Yeah, why don't we do a $40 buy-in cap with a 70% match? That thing will get out of control. Yeah, it'll be bingo, but it'll only start out as bingo. And everybody's heads are going to be scrambled from the all-in or fold action, and it'll stay loose. That's my thinking. Steve saying, just call it all in and pray. Matt saying, crazy idea. And I don't think that's a compliment. I'm just spitballing here. Ashton taking down another hand. Eric, somehow even more looser and even more aggressiver than the last time we saw this chart. I like it. I'm not opposed to it. Mike, squarely the closest to the knit word right there. But you know what? I don't fault him because he just really hasn't been catching a lot of hands. He's been making good folds, though, not getting attached to the ace-king, that kind of stuff. Why don't we just do a high card for 50 and do a whole stream of that? All right, new idea. We do a whole stream of Mexican sweats. Everybody gets 8 cards. See what happens. Steve saying, I'll do it if you do it. Famous last words. The other famous last words is watch this. You're going to want to see this stream. Watch this. It's going to be nuts. All right, so it's safe to say we'll put that idea in the stinker jar. Why don't we just live stream actual bingo? B49? B49. All right. Got a couple minutes left for Mike and Adrian to pick up a winning hand, show it, and get rid of their buttons. Still laughing at the reaction to that idea. Steve saying, no, I'm all about it. True degeneracy at its finest. Yeah, you know, you can take the degenerate out of the poker player, but you can't take the poker. I don't know. One of those goes backwards. Matt saying you could introduce the 7-deuce game. We could do that. Yeah, instead of a high hand, we might do a 7-deuce high hand. $100 every time you win with 7-deuce. That might be fun. The natural's throwing away the 7-3, not the 7-deuce. But Ruben finally catching a good hand. Ace-10 on the button. Good position to go along with it. $25 in the middle per player. Adds up to 100 in the pot. Adrian flopping 2 diamonds. This could be the one. He's got the nut flush draw. He's going to throw out $50. John with the king-7. Just not enough to really connect. Good couple of cards will improve him, but a lot of cards will hurt him. Kyle with the jacks makes the call. He's got the overpair. Ruben with top pair, top kicker. Thinking about a raise right here. Matt throwing out a real good idea. If you get bluffed, you got to go sit on the couch for 5 minutes like Shark Tank. You can call it the cuck couch instead. And Ruben now with 2 pair. Adrian's still working on that flush draw, but he's got a pair to go along with it. Decent amount of equity for him.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
I think he might want to slow down. I do tend to play my draws real aggressively, and I do like the bet, $130. That's going to get Kyle out of there. That ace, an absolute scare card for him. And he does fold. Let's see if Ruben wants to re-raise. He does take a whole bunch of chips in his hand. Let's see how many go in the middle. Pow, 300 of them. It's going to put Adrian on the spot. Adrian going to just ship it. Good bet right there. Adrian with the pair of aces and the flush draw, and Ruben snap calls right behind him. Are they running it twice? They sure are. 2 pair versus the flush draw. One of them's going to the 2 pair. And both of them are going to the 2 pair. Adrian, unfortunately, just running into it, but he does have some chips behind.
Did
Allegedly.
seat 3 show his name or show his cards for his net?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Steve saying you could always do a one-chip penalty. Every time someone says, I knew you had it, they owe $5. That's not a bad idea.
For 9?
That's not a bad idea. Matt saying the pan to the couch on the LED would be hilarious. Just put cuck in big bold letters. Diabolical ideas. All right. I like the brainstorming session, boys. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. All right, every time someone says, I knew you had it, they owe $5 into a pot. And the only way to get the pot is by showing a bluff, no pair, no draw type of bluff. We'll work on that. How do you get the pot?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I'm all out of ideas after the $50 buy-in thing. Adrian adding on like a champ. A couple of blacks in a stack. And getting a Red Bull. You got to stay energetic. Stay hydrated with those electrolytes.
not on this table because it's a card reader one.
And we are doing a bomb pot here on Dealer Change. Look at that graphic right there. 16-inch LED, or 16-foot LED. Says bomb pot, not cuck right now. Now, we were toying around with the idea of a reveal button. Matt saying, I guess be glad he doesn't work on the production side of things. I'm kind of sad you don't. Now, we were toying around with a couple of interesting, circus type ideas. A reveal button where you hold the button and it forces one of your opponents in the pot to reveal one of their cards. And after you use it, it goes to the person that it was used on. So they've got the power after that to reveal somebody else's card. I don't know what's spicier. The player with the button gets to choose a card to reveal, or the player that the button is used on gets to choose the card. And we are doing the bomb pot right now. Jack 5 deuce and 7-3 deuce. He who has the set of deuces makes the rules right now. I don't see anybody with a set of deuces. But I do see a good couple of callers for $40 at a time. Ruben's out of there. It looks like Casey's going to get out of there with the ace, king, queen, 8. Not enough spades for him to continue. Not enough high cards. Yeah, the bomb pots are generally, you got the nuts, you go. You don't got the nuts, you fold. Another jack on the bottom. Eric, top set of trips with the top kicker. The natural with a boat right now. And Eric is going to bet. Going to be a little bit. No, actually, he's got a boat too. Same boat. John with a pair of 5s on the bottom. And the 5-6 on top. Looking for an 8 or a 4. But I think he's going to fold based on the way he grabbed his cards. If I had to guess, it looks like a fold. Wait a second. He's thinking about it. And shuffling his cards a little bit. Put them in a different order. Give you new perspective. Nobody holding... Okay, the natural's holding clubs. But he's got a boat on that board already. And Eric also holding clubs. Wow, unbelievable. Kind of the same hand there. And that's going to get a good couple of folds. Let's see the natural with the 5-6. And the full boat, of course, is going to make the call. Or is it a raise? Stacking up, it looks like 300 in his hand. Pow! Big old bet right there. Is it 400? No, 350. Right in between. About 350. Eric not going anywhere here. I wouldn't hate a raise. And he does go full pot. That's enough to put him all in. Kyle doing okay on the other board, though. He's got the set of 9s. Top set of trips. But just the king-queen on the other board. He's already invested $100. I'm not so certain that he's going to make the call here. I thought I saw him say all in. And it does look like a lot of chips are slid forward. Kyle going all in, the natural. Where else is he going to go? Except all in. There it is. All right, Mr. Jorge, dealer extraordinaire, is going to get the side pots correct. Make sure everything is working the way it should. And while we do that, let's talk about that 50K. The qualifier is tomorrow. If you have played more than 20 hours of cash in the last month, for the month of July, you qualified. Check your text messages, check your spam folder. We have notified everybody that did qualify. Hopefully you can make it. Starts at 2 p.m. in the afternoon time tomorrow. If you got 20 hours, you get 20K, 40 hours, 40K, 60 hours, 60K. So make sure to come out and play if you qualify. It's only $30 to get into that tournament. That is just admin fees. And if you make day 2, we're taking the top 10% of the total turnout for tomorrow. If you make day 2, you're in the money. That's how we're doing it. Conan in the chat saying king or ace would be brutal. Yep, it would, but it's not. It's an 8 and a 4. So that's going to give the natural, the top board, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunately, that does pull the life out of Kyle. Set of trips not going to be good on the top board anymore. And then the natural is going to take down the bottom board with the jack, 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 5, 5, as is Eric. Eric getting 3/4 here. Sorry, the other way around. Natural getting 3/4. Eric getting 3/4. $3,000 pot. That is a wild amount right there. And it's going to take Jorge just a second here to get everything situated. King or ace would have been brutal.
All this straight action. All this straight action.
Would have given Eric a better boat. And Jorge doing the math in his head. No pen, no paper required. Conan saying the 8 was semi-brutal. I agree. It was semi-brutal. Yep. Very brutal for some, less brutal for others. And Jorge chopping it up once again. Gonna have to give Eric some of those chips back. And Eric now down just a small $200, but the way he's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him catch up pretty quick.
No, because he got the best hand right there.
And we're just checking to get a count on things. Don't forget about that flush frenzy. New 4-hour windows. No more ace high required. Everybody having a good old time with that. I counted 6 flushes in our first window at 6 p.m. or ending at 6 p.m. So much, much easier to hit without that ace required. Any 2 cards, any 2-card flush is going to get you on the board as long as you win the pot and there's a $40 minimum in there. Now it looks like Kyle going to be adding on here. Big stack is just over 2,500. And that is now the natural. So that means, what, $1,700 top up? Kyle coming in for just 1,000, it looks like.
25 in, and he rips it. Oh, I'm going to show you some skill.
And now we are off to the horse race. 25 bucks in the middle from both Mike and Adrian. And look at that. Jorge, very proficient dealer. Dealing them out face up. Ah, but it is a misdeal. You hate that on a horse race of all things. Mike cracking up a little bit. I wish I could hear the tabletop myself, but I'll crank it for you. Okay. Crank it up just in time for everybody to stop talking. That's okay. That's the danger here. Not being able to hear it all. I wonder if it's one of these, but is it one of those? Nope.
Straight. Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah, I got the straight on the flop.
Yes, sir. Hold it.
All right, Adrian standing up.
He's got enough flush over there.
A lot of hearts out there.
Straight flush. Well, I'm glad we ain't had no money in there. Shit.
And there you go. On to the next round of the knit game, KoJack style.
It's all right. Shit.
Jorge shuffling it up, getting ready to deal some fury, some heat. Pitching out those sea biscuits like they're cards. And we are off to round number 2. By the way, we are doing the high hand bonus once again. Aces full of kings or better, not on a bomb pot. Both whole cards play. And it looks like Eric is doing a straddle once again. I like to see it. Oh, it was a sleeper straddle, and Adrian
Did a couple
puts out the $5 with the ace quisha. Let's see if this round is a little better for him. All right, 7 deuce for Casey. Just checks. Let's see if he can win the unofficial 7 deuce game. It is not on right now. It looks like he's going to have a little trouble. King Jack 8. Adrian flopping pretty good right now. Kyle with the best of it with the pair of jacks and a 10 kicker. But the natural's going to bet with the pair of 8s and the pair of jacks. His pair of jacks has a pair as a kicker. Casey's out of there. Adrian's out of there. Kyle's in there. Gonna peel a card, see what happens. And it's a 9. Jack 10 looking pretty good right now, up and down, but the natural looking just a little bit better. He's gonna bet out, I think, $50, $75. River card is a queen. Kyle gets there with the straight. And the natural is going to make a crying fold right here, it looks like. I love that monogram sweater. No check, no good. Kyle coming back. Up to 1135 in his stack. He is playing pretty aggressively. I like to see it. Adrian down about a G, but he can come back. Kyle on his way up.
Yeah.
Eric down just about $200. That's one pot. Mike doing a lot of betting pre-flop, a lot of folding post-flop as he doesn't connect. Let's see if that turns around on this hour.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like the coach said.
Hey, we got a $10.
No, you're just gonna.
Oh, I'm just gonna run back up.
I mean, just sprint.
And Mike is going to be adding on, it looks like.
I can just. This is exactly how it started, right?
Hand already started, but I'll allow it.
Hands, you won.
Ashton with the pocket eights. He's going to raise it up. Looks like $25.
He's got like, yeah, he's got a lot.
John with the ace eight. Getting a little well fill going on here. Is going to fold. Kyle with the 5-3 is out of there, but the natural's coming along with the ace jack. I think Ruben is about to fold. Auto fold. King queen offsuit. And Casey with the ace queen. Natural 3-bet into 85 with the ace jack offsuit. Casey with the ace queen. Suited is going to fold. Tight fold, though. I don't mind it. Eric with the 6-3 is out of there, and Ashton is going to complete here, it looks like.
Damn coffee always got me.
Queen 9-4. Ace queen would have been real good. Two spades out there. Ashton,
Drinks all day.
pocket
I don't
eights.
so I don't like
Facing a big bet.
damn if you do and damn if you don't.
The natural continues the aggression, and that's going to do it. He doesn't show, though, so he doesn't get to get rid of his button.
You get rid of your nip button.
Yeah, if you show, you get rid of your nip button.
Oh, there it goes. Shows the ace jack, gets rid of the button.
Nice bet.
Some of the biggest pots of the night. Over $3,000 for that bomb pot. Over $1,600 when Ruben put Adrian basically all in. Adrian just couldn't make it happen on 2 runouts. Yikes. All right, moving on. We got the next one coming at you. We are officially halfway through the stream, and we do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Do you call it tuning in anymore? There's no dial. It's an address bar nowadays. John with the king 10 coming along. Natural with the suited king is going to make the call. Casey with the king queen suited, and Adrian with the rockets. Gonna turn his luck around on this hand, he hopes. 25. Looks like he's going to raise it up. Maybe 75. Nope. $80. And that's going to get a
What is it, 80?
call from Eric with the pocket eights. John coming along with the king 10 in a world of hurt. And the natural really just drawn to only 3 spades on the board. And he folds. Casey's coming along with the king queen suited, looking for clurbs.
Still couldn't do it with
And I get called in 6 pots and the board's 7 high. That happens so many times. And just like
4-6-9
180 I had.
or 9-6-4. Ace is still in the lead.
Shoved it all in line.
No clurbs out there for Casey. John thinking about what is in his opponent's stack. What could he be playing? He does check.
9 deuce, but so did somebody else.
Casey checks. Adrian going to c-bet here for 130. Eric with the pocket eights. Likely knows he's no good. But he is going to make the call and peel off a card.
It's like in Omaha that night when I when it's 6 ways all in. I'm like, you all have each other's cards. I just need the ball.
That'll get John to fold. Casey is out of there as well. Turn cards is a 3. Not changing too much. Aces still way ahead. Eric drawn to one of the 2 remaining 8s in the deck. Adrian trying to figure out how he can get it all in here. 3 doesn't complete a whole lot of draws. Brings in a diamond draw, but he's holding the ace of diamonds. Looks like he's going to be about, I believe it was 300. Wow, and Eric goes all in. Adrian says, if you got it, you got it. I call. See if they run it once or twice. Getting the stacks counted correctly to see what the bet actually was. And I do have faith in our graphics. And it's an ace on the river. Adrian with the set on the river. And a little fist pump. Non-excessive celebration. But celebration nonetheless. Eric taking it like a champ right there. Just smiles and reloads. He's going to come back. Down just 1G so far. But this game is starting to go off the rails. Pots are getting bigger. All-ins are happening. Eric has a good chance to come back after that. Unluckiest player is Adrian, but after that last one, his slider should be a little further to the right. Ashton winning the most hands and playing the most hands, 59% VPIP. Love to see that. Adrian also tanking the longest at 1:38 in one action, one street, as it were. Natural winning the biggest pot, though, that huge bomb pot. Getting 3/4 of that. Kyle with the ace-jack suited is going to call 5. Just smooth calling there. Under rep in his hand. Ruben out of there. Casey in there. Going to raise it up to 20 bucks with the ace-3 offsuit. Adrian still stacking chips, but he's going to fold. Eric with the king-jack, the old house hand. Calls the $45. And it was $45. I think John's about to take a break here. All right, 3 players in with the knit button. Kyle already got the ace-jack suited. Already got rid of his button. Flop comes out king, 9, deuce. 1 spade for Kyle. 1 heart for Ashton. 1 king for Eric. And Casey's going to go all in. Not really overbetting the pot by too much, actually. I don't hate the play, but I think Eric is going to call here. Top pair. No, he does fold. Thinks better of it. Smells like a set. Ashton with the queen 9 did flop a pair. Can't imagine he's going to continue with just middle pair here.
What is it?
He's on the button. He's got another 800 or so behind if he does make the call. Same with Kyle. He'd have another 800 or so behind.
Damn it. Damn it.
Kyle lays it down and Ashton lays it down. Casey scoops a good one. Show your cards. Get rid of that button. That's the good way to do it right there.
I knew that,
Yeah.
45 to get 300, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I jacked 4.
Oh, I had better than that. I
figured, but
I
I'm
flopped a
saying-
pair, but it wasn't the king. So
But if what I need comes out,
yeah, there's a lot of good turn cards.
Average tank time up to about 17 seconds for Eric.
Heart,
He had a big
Jack
decision to
10,
make early
any of
on.
those.
Queen would have got me.
Inflated that number right there. Adrian, about 15 seconds on average, but we've seen him tank
I just had like queen nine of
the
hearts.
longest according to the graphics.
You know, ace king, right?
You're welcome for us not sucking out on you.
I appreciate it. I'll take what I can get, man.
I think you would have liked me giving you the action, not so much his hand
I
though.
didn't want 2 callers.
I would have been embarrassed. I don't even want you to see it on the stream. I'm gonna ask him to chop that minute out. Jack 4.
And the natural with the king jack is going to come along.
I won't.
Ruben out of there.
Behind me, I would have given you the action.
Casey coming along as well after that swift pot that he won. Eric with an offsuit king deuce. Ashton with an onsuit king 10. And Kyle with the queens popping it up to 185.
Especially on tonight.
I think I'm on 185 out.
The natural folds. Casey folds in a second. He's about to. There it goes. What? What? No. Ah. And let's see if Kyle is able to get one through here. Ashton with the king 10 suited. Just a strong raise. Yeah, he's out, and so is John. Kyle's going to pick up some dead money.
I didn't want to see it flop. I'm in a rebuilding phase.
And he'll be on the button for this next hand. That puts Mike under the gun.
With 2 hearts? Oh yeah, let's go.
Basil in the chat wishing Charlie a happy birthday. Yes, indeed. It is Charlie's birthday today. Basil, of course, watching from North Korea.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's deep in the DMZ, if I had to guess.
I don't lose, you get paid.
All right, Mike, under the gun. What do you got, brother? Nope, he's out of there. King 4. No good. Natural with the 9-8 offsuit. Doesn't want to play it. The Ruben with the pocket 7s. Which chips does he want to use? Just throws in one of those reds from the other side. Eric with the 5-6 is going to call. Ashton with the queen jack is going to call. And John with the ace 8 may have played that one. So we got 2 queen jacks, we got 2 7s, and we got a 4-3 and a 5-6. Flop comes out king queen 6. Pair of queens for both Ashton and Kyle. Checks around to Ashton. He's going to bet. Kyle's going to call. Now, if this goes to showdown and Ashton and Kyle chop, then Ashton has to keep his knit button. Ace on the turn. Doesn't slow things down for Eric. He's going to bet out 50. I like the lead. That's a pretty good play there. That's going to get Ashton to fold, but it's not going to get Kyle to fold. And a deuce on the river changes absolutely nothing. Let's see how much Kyle can bet. Probably 200 there. I think it might get, Eric can bet 200, and it might get Kyle to fold. Kyle's losing to a lot of different hands here. Any king beats him, any ace beats him, jack 10 obviously. Now because Eric bet on the heart there, the ace of hearts, Kyle might think he's betting aggressively a heart draw. But he does decide to lay it down, and Eric's going to get rid of his button if he shows. And he didn't show. Dealer mucked his cards. He's still got his knit button. And you saw the dealer hesitate. The dealer cannot influence action, so he didn't say anything about it.
You waited
Was it
long
an
enough.
ace or king?
Even on a side bet.
That's what I thought.
Got to show your cards to get rid of that button. I think that is the funnest way to play the knit game.
You can
We're about halfway through the second hour, so Eric still has plenty of time to win a different pot, show his cards, and get rid of that button.
It's just so easy to have one of those.
But I don't blame him for not showing right there.
Damn, y'all still got him dealing?
All right, Adrian with the pocket aces again. The ace magnet sitting in seat number 8. Casey with the pocket 4s just calling. Adrian's going to raise her up to 50 bucks. Big raise here. It's going to get just about everybody to fold. Casey with the 4s does come along. Not a bad call if you put your opponent on ace-king or ace-king, queen or something like that. And Casey now in trouble, but at least his 4s are easy to get away from. And a board like king-9 queen, definitely going to be easier to get away from. Now he does make the call. Maybe he thinks ace-jack. So 3 of diamonds. Casey checks. Adrian bets. And there's the fold right there. Wanted to see one more card if he got to a set.
I haven't had a pair higher than fucking 8s.
I had queens. I can't get queens and jacks. I mean, the jacks were gross, and I folded them. It's a lot of money because they both literally had aces, and one of them had 2 pair.
Dude, can you imagine a dude with like the top of your hair and the back of mine? How nice that would fucking be.
Him, that would be called a woolly booger, wouldn't
If you throw my
Because you know, I'm look, I'm going fucking bald up here.
All right, Mr. Zach popping in the box exactly halfway through the second hour. And that means the high hand jackpot started at 300 for this stream. We're up to 400 now if anybody can make aces full of kings or better. Don't have to flop it, but both whole cards have to play. We're doing a little bomb pot action right now. Bomb pie. I call them bomb pops also. Very tasty summer treat.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Zach pitching out heat right now. Doing a bomb pot. Let's see if it gets as big as the last one. Over $3,000 in the last bomb pot. That is wild. Everybody gets 4 cards. Everybody gets 2 boards and goes to the flop right away. Checking on things, making sure the computer is good to go. King, queen, 4 on the top. 2 clurbs. 5, 3, deuce on the bottom. All rainbow this time. And Ruben now with the pocket aces. He's got a king to go along with it. Adrian flopping 2 pair with the king and queen. Got a pair of 5s as backup as well. And Ruben just looking for a 4 to make the wheel. John's got one of the 4s. Ashton flopping 3 pair on the bottom. Doesn't always happen. Nope. And there are 2 of the 4s in the natural's hand. And 1 on the board. The natural flopping a set of trips. And he is on the button. And he's going to make the call. See what develops. Could get to a straight on the other board as well. It would be a 7 high if he can get a 6. Adrian's coming along. Eric's out of there. Ashton is out of there. 3 pair, no good. You know what? I don't know. I think if I flop 3 pair in a bomb pot, I'm probably going to see what happens. It's an 8 on the turn and a queen on the turn. Adrian boating up. A rough first hour for Adrian, but he really is making a comeback here. The cards are finally cooperating. Queen's full of kings.
I'm all in.
And he's going to bet 290 full pot size bet. John goes all in immediately behind. He's got the ace 4. He's already got the wheel. Let's see, Mike with the 6, 7, 8. Now looking for a 4 or a 9. We know the 4s are all taken, so really just drawn to a 9. Adrian's got one of them. John's got one of them. Adrian's standing up. It is going to be a chop. Chopper-roners. Adrian with the full house. John with the wheel. And that'll do it. $1,200 in that pot. Both players winning just shy of $100 bucks.
I had Jack 5-3 deuce.
I looked at 7 deuce and I was like, oh, seriously, I'm gonna start asking for some money back on the pocket jacks.
And now it is the natural. At the very top of the luck distribution chart. He's got 100 luck points. Very good to see that. Adrian at the bottom. I think he's turning it around, though. I think these last couple of hands are evidence of that. Got pocket aces and then launches into a bomb pot with the boat on top.
That sucker went to the 6.
All 3 pair.
Dude, I couldn't get no better. I said,
I'm like, fuck. A 5 comes and I don't even feel good about myself.
That was just a 75.
All right, moving on. Back to Hold'em, everybody. Got about a half hour left for Ruben to get rid of his button, but it's not going to be on this hand.
Had this hand so many times.
Eric with the 4 deuce out of there. Ashton with the 9 deuce out of there. John now with the pocket 4s.
Look at him.
Mike with the button folds. The natural with the 5-6. A limped pot. 8, 9, 10. Natural looking for a 7 for the dummy end of the straight. John with pocket 4s is best right now.
Oh, I checked. Shit, all you guys know.
And he's just going to check. The natural just going to check.
I checked.
Ace on the turn. Going to go check, check. And the river card is a king of clubs.
Pair of 4s.
Check, check. John will get that one with the pocket 4s.
9 deuce suited so many times.
Wins a little money back. Ashton with the highest 3-bet percentage, 13%. That means more than once. Mike and Ruben, John, Kyle, and Casey have yet to pull off that 3-bet. We'll see it happen sooner or later. Now, apparently that is not a flop 3-bet. Or pre-flop, rather, 3-bet. Sorry, post, what am I trying to say? You know what, thinking about it, I don't know if 3-bet percentage counts post-flop. I'm not sure if it's only looking for pre-flop 3-bets. Ace 5 suited for Adrian, going to raise it up to 40 bucks. Eric coming along with the ace jack. 8-3 out of there, 8-4 out of there, queen 7 out of there, king 7 out of there, and 10-8 out of there. So we're heads up to the flop, 85 in the middle. And flop comes out with 2 10s and a 4. Adrian's second best here. A lot of opportunities, though.
How'd you do yesterday?
Adrian's going to bet 30 bucks. Eric with no pair, no draw is going to come along. Little down bet post flop. Turn card's a 6. No chop anymore. Adrian going to bet a little healthier this time. 60 bucks. River card's another 10. Eric's ace jack high is going to be best. And they check it down. Eric shows his hand, gets rid of the nip button. And Adrian, a good sport about it, says, I almost had you.
Get rid of your biscuit, buddy.
And Eric does get rid of his button.
You don't want that. 007. You didn't give it up.
Found another hand to do it. Matt in the chat saying, chat just isn't the same without me. Yeah, that's true. That's why we call you Matt in the chat. That is why.
Well, if nobody has one, it just speeds the actual game up. So I kind of don't want anybody to have one, you know.
Matthew, you had any stogies lately? You had any Any real good cigars? I know you are a aficionado of the finer things in life. He and I have a standing date to go grab a stogie and play some pool one of these days. Oh, Matthew, I did play Dr. Reeves in pool the other day. He gave me 5 to 1, $100. And I mean, I was close. I kind of think he let me have a couple of balls, but he wasn't playing at his maximum. But I did come kind of close. Saying he hadn't had a stogie in a month for some reason. Yeah, that's okay. Me too. 995 on the board. Eric with the bottom pair here. Pair of fives, bets $20. John's Jack 8, no good. Kyle's Queen 8, somehow less good. King 10 and Jack 7, all in the muck. Eric's going to take down another one. Matt says he'll give me 10 to 1. All right, let's do it. A $10 bet. You give me 100 if I win. I'll give you 10 if I lose. No, I was really close. I had one ball left.
Yeah, and all we're doing is slowing.
Reeves went on a run and hit, I think it was 3 balls in a row and then took the 8 ball. But I was close. I was set up pretty good, too. Had a half-court shot, as it were, to go down the line and get the ball in the center to one of the side whatever you call it. Side buckets? Side pockets. Let's play for 1,000. Okay, 10 to 1. I'll put up 100. You put up 1,000. No, I have no chance. The only chance I have, Matt, against you is if you scratch somehow wildly, and that wins me the game. All right, Mike with the ace-jack suited. Playing a hand finally. He's got something good. Eric with the 9-7 suited. John with the jack 7 off. Is in there. Kyle with the queen 9 off is in there. Everybody's holding someone else's card, except for the ace-jack. Flop comes out, queen 10-3. All diamonds. Eric flopping the world right here. And I think he's going to bet at it. Yep, betting 100. Half pot size bet. John's out of there. If Kyle doesn't believe he's going to come along, it is up to the belief, and he does believe. It's going to give Eric another pot. He just nods and says, yeah, okay. Matt, yeah, that is crazy odds. Honestly, I would take you up on it. I think a losing bet for me, I think you're easily 10 times better than I am at pool. Or more than 10 times better. But, yeah, I'll do it. See what happens. And now Adrian, all the way in the loose aggressive category. Love to see that. He's picking up cards. He's winning pots. Splashing around a little more. Mike's still a nit, technically, but he just really hadn't been picking up, and what he has picked up has not connected. Ashton with the 3 deuce, the clean diaper. Because it is suited, and it is diamonds. The natural with the jack 6. Ruben with the pocket kings coming out to play here, raising it up to $50. I think that might get folds all around. Adrian with the queen 10 out of there. Eric with the 8-5 out of there. Ashton out of there. John with the king 9 out of there. If Ruben shows, he gets rid of it. There it goes. There goes the button.
I only called because of the flush thing.
Yeah, Matt, the pressure would be real. And that's the only chance I have. If you somehow scratch on the 8, that's the only chance that I've got. That would be kind of funny. Hit one of my balls in by accident or something on the 8 because I have so many of them out there. It's like a minefield. Okay, I'm picking up a strategy here. Picking up a pool strategy. All right, moving on. John with the 8-6, gonna limp in. Kyle with the king 7. Mike with the ace 5, raising it up to 20 bones. He's got the ace of spades. Probably should have gone all in. Casey with the 4s. Eric with the 7-3. And Ashton with the ace 9. Good couple of callers here. 120 bucks in the middle. Mike's raise apparently ineffective, even if he is playing the lowest VPIP at the table right now. Queen 6-5, 1 spade out there, 2 diamonds. And John with the pair of 6s is going to check. Mike with the pair of 5s going to check. The natural with king high going to check. Casey with a pair of 4s checks. Eric looking for a 4 checks. And there's a 9 of spades on the turn. Ashton pulls ahead with the best pair. That does give Mike a little wiggle room if he wants to try and semi-bluff at this one. John with the 6-8.
30.
Looking for a 7 to get to the high straight here. And he's going to bet 30 bucks. Mike decides just a call is worthwhile here. The natural with the king 10 needs a jack. And he is going to call. Casey with the 4s knows he's no good. Out of there. Eric with the 7-3. Coming along. He's got that 7 that everybody else needs. Ashton with top pair, top kicker. Well, of the remaining hands. And just like that, pots up to 270 bucks. Okay. Wait a second. I have just received word. Matthew, are you still in the chat? Type 1 for yes, I'm in the chat. Type 2 for no, I'm not in the chat. You're going to want to hear this. And the river card's a 3. Ashton's top pair is still going to be best. Or, you know, pair of 9s. And John did lead on the turn. Matt, I'm waiting on your reply for this announcement.
80.
Type 1 if you're still in the chat. Type 2 if you're not. And Mike bricks out. He gets out of there. John betting $80. That might work. This is actually a pretty well-timed bet. Eric bricks. Ashton, really the only player John has to get through. And he's only got a pair of 9s. And he does fold. That'll do it. John wins another one. All right, Matthew, you got a couple of seconds left to reply. I'm just going to pass over the announcement. All right, I'm not going to pass it over. It's too much big news here. TX Poker is doing a free freeze out tomorrow at 6 p.m. I told you, tournaments are here, and they are right almost on schedule. $500 free freeze out tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Just log in, sign up, and play. So if you haven't just yet, make sure to use the QR code here at KoJack's or head to TX Poker online and type KoJack's as your referral code. That'll associate with you with KoJack's, but it doesn't tie you to only KoJack's. And you can still deposit money or withdraw money at any of the clubs that are in the network. All right, Ruben, make it the call here. 10 bucks with the ace 4 suited. Eric with the ace 8 suited. Gonna raise it up. 40 bucks. And Ruben's still coming along here. Kyle with the king 10, ace 8 for Eric, ace 4 for Ruben. And the board comes out ace high, ace 5-3. Great flop for Ruben. 2 spades on there.
Yeah, face up. And I don't track.
Kyle looking for 2 more spades, but Ruben is going to check it, and Eric is going to bet. He's got the best ace right now. And Ruben with the ace 4, 2 spades. Nah, he's going to throw it away. And Eric takes down another one. Making his way back. Or making his way downtown. Huh? All right, Matt, next time you leave a comment, I'll talk about that free freeze out on TX Poker starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. All you got to do, I think, is register. No access fee, nothing. Pop on in. See if you can take down your share of that $500 prize pool. $500 in the prize pool. Just a freeze out. What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm playing that freeze out. I think I'm playing the free freeze out on TX Poker. And that is my whole day. Wake up right around 5:30, something like that. Pop in and see what I can make happen. Going to update my app tonight just to be safe. Actually, shoot, I might update it tomorrow afternoon. Eric with the Jack 4. What's a Jack 4? Ashton with the Ace 5. Kyle with the Ace 10. Flop comes out Ace high. Ace 9, 7, 2 hearts. Kyle's going to continue up here, betting $50. That'll get Eric to fold. Ashton coming along with the pair of aces. A 7 pairs the board on the turn. Kyle betting $100 this time. Ashton's still trying to get rid of his button. He's got about 10 minutes left to do it. And a 3 on the river. That'll give Kyle the check mark. He's going to bet 100 this time. And Ashton makes the call.
God, I was right. It wasn't strong. I thought we
And Kyle with the Ace 10 turns it over.
God, I was so fucking
Ashton
right.
says, doggone it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice hit.
One of my dad's favorite expressions.
True shot. Fucking
It's the power of the one time. It can only work for one person.
yeah.
Don't know what it
I was
means.
dropping it.
Now that I think about the words, doggone it.
I was hoping you had the same kind of bullshit. When
Strange.
No, I normally do.
Nah, that-
I
well,
was
that's
Trying to
what
think
I'm
of it.
saying.
I was as shocked as you were.
Maybe I'm mishearing it. Maybe it's a different expression with
yeah,
different
I'm-
words. But I don't know what it would sound like.
Seven, and I was like, here comes the king, queen, or jack.
Yeah, that would have been fine with me. We could have just.
Honestly,
Either way,
Yeah.
Ashton still with his Seabiscuit.
Just kept making it just enough. Like I'm like, fuck.
Mel in the chat, what's going on? He says he's got to go for his buddy Kyle here. Good friend, love playing with him. Yeah, Kyle is, he cracks me
Not
up.
enough, right?
That is a fun guy to play at the table. Ruben with the Queen 8 out of there. Casey with the Queen 7 in there. Adrian out of there. Eric out of there. Ashton out of there. John out of there. 3 players in the flop. $15 in the pot. Queen Jack 4. Top pair for Casey.
Hand like that, no, I'm screaming,
Queen
"Nope."
7 pays off every once in a while. Looks like this might be the once in a while. And Mike with the 8 deuce on the button just folds. Casey picking up another pot. Moving on to the next one. That one was a fast one. I think Mike and Ashton, just the last 2 remaining players with the biscuit. We saw Eric win a good couple of pots. Adrian won a good couple of pots, one time with aces. Casey bluffing all in, good enough to take down the pot, show his cards, and get rid of the button. Ruben won a hand. Jack, the natural, won a hand. Mike, still a little work to do. Kyle's won a couple of hands, and John has won a couple of hands. Ruben now with the ace king. Stiff competition if anybody wants to get rid of their button this time. And he's going to throw out a $15 raise. Cheap enough for Casey. Might be cheap enough for Eric too. Well, cheap enough for Eric to raise it up.
They're gonna go somewhere.
Ashton out of there. John with the pair of 6s coming along. Mike with the 4-3. Again, just not catching cards, man. And Ruben, I think, is just going to smooth call here with the ace-king. Good 6-way pot here for 30 bucks a piece. $180 in the middle. Jack, Jack, 5, 2 spades. Kyle flopping a flush draw. Casey flopping a set of trips. John with the 6s. Gonna keep up the betting. $75 to go, and Kyle gonna come along with his queen high flush draw. Ruben folding the ace king just outright. Easy fold for him. He is a well-seasoned player. And Casey just goes all in. I like to see that play as well. He's got the 9 of spades for backup. Not going to do him any favors here. And I think that'll get Eric out. Yep. John with the 6s. Going to have to call a huge bet to continue on. $215 more, but I think he's going to be out of here. Gonna think about it. Nope, he's gone. And Kyle, does he want to draw? Try and hit his flush. He does. Kyle almost certainly knows exactly what he's up against. Somebody with a jack, but he's hoping it's not Jack 5. Are they running it once? Just one time. Binks the spade on the turn. And the 9 on the river. Wow. Casey will pick up a full double up with the what do you call that? A full house. I'm too excited right now. That was nuts. Casey's life flashed before his eyes, but he does end up getting there on the river. Man, Casey doing well, getting all in and doubling up. Almost every time he's gone all in, he's won. Casey up almost $400 on the session. That'll put Kyle down just 1.1K. It's one bomb pot away from breaking even or even into profit town.
That's why I like having the 75 there, because you get 30.
All right, hand number 48 coming at you. Casey with a blank and a 7 while he stacks his chips. Adrian with a queen 8 suited. A couple of limpers. Kyle putting a stop to that with the king queen. The natural folding away the queen jack suited. Good, not seasoned, but good tight fold right there. Well played. John with the ace jack offsuit. Counting out chips. Looks like he's going to come along. Eric 3-betting with 3 deuce, the dirty diaper. I like this guy's style a lot. And 10 jack 3 on the board. Top pair for Casey. Over pair for Kyle. Top pair, top kicker for John. And bottom pair for Eric, but he's going to bet it like he's got something better than that. Poor timing on his part. Kyle with the overpair is not going anywhere. Casey with the jack 7 throws it away. Good fold there. Good instincts by Casey. Turn card's another 10. Eric does technically have 2 pair here. He's going to bet another $150. John with the ace jack. Probably going to call. No, nope, not going to call. Going all in. He's playing for all of it. And Kyle, I think, had kind of a tough run these last couple of hands. May end up making the fold here. That is a really, really strong play from John. Kyle kind of disgusted with the chip count. Shows his neighbor And I think Eric can't call here. Yep. Pew. Gets him out of there. John's going to win a pretty large pot here with absolutely nothing. Would have boated up. But Kyle would have also. Great time to shove. Really, really strong play. I wonder if they're, let's see, are they talking about it? Yeah, not really. A little bit.
Snap calling you for like 500 because if he makes 1,000, I'm going to lose 500 without even getting to see another card.
Yeah, who knows? Very interesting. Very good play by John. Really got a good one through there. Top pair, top kicker. Playing it like a boat. And boom, we got Bree in the box, ready for a bomb pot.
I think I might take a part cheese.
$10 a piece. 9 players. That's 90 bones in the middle.
At least let me win the bomb pots.
How you doing today?
How about you?
Doing a whole lot better.
Bree dealing out heat. Very proficient dealer. Got a good bounce to the pitch. You notice that? Boink, 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 boink. All right, board number 1. Here it come. King 6 deuce 2 spades. Bottom board Jack Jack 7 2 jacks. Rainbow board.
Check.
All right, he who holds the jacks makes the rules right now. And I don't see any jacks right now. Mel in the chat saying, I'm getting better. Yeah, me too. A little work to do on reading these boards sometimes, especially in these bomb pots. But it looks like Mike, ace 10 7, pair of sevens. Natural ace king 7 4. And I saw the ace of spades just briefly. See the queen of spades and a 3 of spades. In Ashton's hand, he's going to make the $40 call. Kyle's in there as well. Pair of kings. And Mike with the pair of aces. There's the ace of spades. 10 of clubs on top. And I believe the 6 of hearts on bottom. Oh, another jack on bottom.
Check.
I thought I saw a jack get folded. Yikes. Ashton with the boat. Jack's full of queens on the bottom. Kyle with the heart draw. Not going to be good. Got the pair of kings and the pair of deuces. Mike with the pocket aces. And Jack's full of sevens. No, not Jack's full. Jack's full of aces. But he does fold. Would have had that bottom board locked up. There's an 8 of diamonds on top and a 5 of spades on bottom.
Okay. I wish he'd have put those. That would be
And
great.
Ashton folds after Kyle bets. He doesn't even bet. He just announces he's going to bet. Kyle's going to take her down.
How do I do this horse race?
I like when John claps when something happens. That cracks me up.
You have time to do it?
TX Poker, I'm telling you. $500 free freeze out tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you haven't registered yet for TX Poker, now is the time to do it. Going to be a lot of free tournaments for the next week or so, from what I'm told. All you have to do is go to txpokeronline.com or scan the QR code here at KoJack's, and we'll get you situated. Now, once you register, you can put KoJack's in there as your club of choice, if that is your club of choice. Doesn't tie you only to KoJack's, but it does help our numbers so that we know who's affiliated where.
No queens out there.
And you can deposit money at any of the locations in the network, including KoJack's, including River League, including CCC. And we've got a club in El Paso as well in the network. We're doing the horse race right now. It looks like 2 players still with the knit button, Adrian and Mike. Adrian, I don't see his cards, but I do see Mike's got 2 face cards.
One dealer.
And it looks like a straight. Somebody at 5-7.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Eric with the straight. Pick it up, cool, $50.
Dare you. And everybody gets to see that.
Eric down just about $1,000 if his stack is to be believed. And now we're passing out new buttons. The Sea Biscuits are flying around.
Going slower, but we're heading in the coach direction.
I need to be going the other way.
You haven't
I'm
been
going
here.
backwards right
You
now.
ain't been here.
Yeah, make sure to pop on to TX Poker. Try to stay away from that guy called Blind Bet. I hear he's an absolute crusher on the app. VPIP exactly where it needs to be. Just doesn't lose a hand. So if he bets, just get out of there. It's like a misnomer of a name. Trying to make it sound like, whoever that is, trying to make it sound like he's a real loose, splashy guy, but actually plays extremely tight and extremely aggressively, but only when he's got made hands. So if he bets, get out of there. Blind bet, but take him down next time I see him. Ruben's turn for the Kings. Ashton raises it up to 20. Ruben betting up to 60. And that'll get Casey to fold. Ashton's going to come along, though. The K9, the Bow Wow. Got some bookends, looking for some clurbs. It's an ace-high board instead. Every time you play Kings, you get an ace on the board. Ashton going to have a hard time betting this one. And it does go check, check. Another spade comes off, another scare card. I think we're going to see another check, check. Ruben happy to get the showdown now. There's a 10 on the turn, a double paired board with spades. And it does go check, check on the river. It's just nasty board getting worse for Ruben, but he shows the Kings, and he's going to be the first one to get rid of his Seabiscuit. He does have to toss it into the dealer, though. Get rid of that thing, Ruben. There he goes. Eric winning 11 hands. Not in a row, but we'll call it that. And he is playing the most hands at 64%. Now Ashton has dropped below into second place for the VPIP. Ashton with the ace-9 offsuit. Making a call for the straddle. Kyle's turn with the queens. Just smooth calls this time. Casey with the ace-5 coming along. Adrian with the king-7 coming along. And Eric just going to check from the straddle with the K9. The Bow Wow this time not suited, but he does have the 9 of clubs like last time when it was in Ashton's hand. Jack 8-3 rainbow. Kyle's queens still best. Casey coming along with the ace-5. Going to peel a card, see if it's an ace or a deuce or a 4. It is not. It is another queen. Top set of trips for Kyle. Going to bet out $75, hoping his opponent has something. He does not. Kyle shows, gets rid of the biscuit. And we are moving on already. John with 100 luck. Eric now with 4 luck. Better than 0. 3-bet percentage remains about the same. 4 players not 3-betting at all. The natural's now up to 5%. I think that means 1 3-bet pre-flop. Jury's still out as to whether or not a 3-bet post-flop counts. We'll run some numbers. We'll evaluate. We will reverse engineer the algorithm by hacking into the mainframe.
Gotta order a motor or two. You already know. Yep. All the time.
Ashton with the queen deuce. I think he straddled. Maybe raised it. Kyle going to throw out $10 either way. The ace 9. Mike with the king 8 out of there. Natural with the jack deuce out of there. Ruben with the ace 9 in there. Casey with the 4s. Adrian out of there. And Eric coming along for 5 more bones. And maybe Ashton tried to straddle, but didn't make it in time. 10, 7, 7 on the board. Nobody with 10, nobody with 7. Kyle with an ace. Does decide to bet. And Ruben's ace 9 in the muck. Casey's got the best hand right now, and he does make the call. Ashton makes the fold, as does Eric, and we are heads up here. Ace on the turn will give Kyle the check mark. Nothing Casey can do to catch up. Oh, it's a king. Never mind. And Casey does make the fold. That'll give Kyle the pot. Much tighter grouping in terms of play styles. Mike all the way down in the net category, but you can't fault him. He's just not catching hands. He is relaxed, though. Aisha out there handing out massages. She's got some magic fingers. Now we are shuffling up. We are getting ready. At number 53, pre-flop raise percentage here. Eric all the way up at 19%. High VPIP, high PFR. I like to see it. King 5 for John in the muck. He is away from the table, maybe taking a smoke break. Mike finally with pocket 10s. Going to raise it up to 15. Last time he raised pre-flop, didn't get a whole lot of folds. This time looks slightly different. Casey coming along with the 9-7, trying to get rid of his button. Adrian with the pocket queens. We have violence. How much does Adrian want to raise it up to? 75 is what he selects. Eric out of there. Ashton out of there. Mike coming along. Casey really thinking about it. Had a good feeling about that 9-7. 9 of clubs, 7 of diamonds. Let's see what happens. And the flop comes out ace high, ace deuce 5. Both players a little scared by that ace. Let's see if Adrian wants to keep up the pressure. And he is going to think about it here. Did he bet 55? I wasn't looking at the chips. He did. Mike just going to fold. Once again, just not connecting with the board. Very, very tough. And he shows the ladies to get rid of his button. And Mike knows at that moment, it was right then that he knew he made the right fold. And we got a little more than a half hour on the stream. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. We're having a good old time on this Feature Friday. Thanks, everybody, for looking us up. Total tank time, Eric. Right near a quarter of an hour. On this entire session. That ain't bad. Kyle with the aces. Is he in the straddle, or did you just raise it up to $10? I guess we'll find out in a second. K9 for Ruben in the muck. Adrian with the ace-jack raising it up here. 30 bucks. Eric with the queen 5. Ashton with the 7 deuce out of there. John has returned with the jack 7, and he's going to make the call. Kyle just smooth calling out of position. I don't hate it. Flop comes out 8-3 deuce, 2 diamonds. Eric looking for another diamond, and he is going to bet $75. Good, strong bet here. John with a jack and a 7. Turn card's another 3, pair on the board, and $325 is the bet. I'm wondering if there's some kind of a misread here. John does make the call. River card's a 5. That gives Eric the check mark. Assuming the cards are read properly, he's going to slow down and check. Ace. I didn't see it. Ace 8 maybe. And Eric does make the fold. Yep, must have been ace 8. Or ace 3. Yeah, and don't forget about TX Poker, y'all. We got Matthew, type 1 if you're still in the chat. Type 2 if you are no longer in the chat. I see a comment. Tell me. Matt, are you still there? I have an announcement specifically for you. Type 1 if you're still in the chat. Type 2 if you are not. I really expected a 2 instead of 1. Tomorrow at 6, my man. Tomorrow at 6. Tournaments are live on TX Poker. We're starting things off with a $500 freeze-out free roll. Just jump in for free. It is a freeze-out. No rebuys, no re-entries, no add-ons. But we are doing the thing, my friend. It has finally happened. Tomorrow is the day. I hope you feel like Christmas. No, I just got a flyer. I can text it to you. I got official word from the TX Poker team. Have you downloaded the app yet? Type 1 for yes, 2 for I'm still in the chat. Ace 7-3 on the board. Pocket queens for Casey. Eric, the set of 7s. Oh, Megan's in the chat. She typed 1. That means she's downloaded TX Poker. Yeah, 2 means I'm in the chat. 1 means I've downloaded TX Poker. Eric with the 7 is going to do it. No, it's tomorrow, dude. Matthew, I'm telling you, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. I will eat my words if the tournament doesn't go live at 6 p.m. tomorrow. How's that? I'll buy you in to the very first tournament myself out of my own pocket if we don't go live at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Ooh, queen's out there again. I'm glad a queen didn't come. That's what I was looking for.
I'm telling you. Matt says, sure. And I can hear the sarcasm, okay? I can hear the sarcasm with each keystroke.
Damn rude. Jerk that out of my hand like that. That's okay.
It's a free roll. I'm going to buy you in. I will make sure your entry is paid for out of my own pocket. I'm good for my word. All right, we are on to the next hand. Talking about tournaments on TX Poker, Matthew. We're talking about it. We're also talking about burritos and spring rolls. Are spring rolls burritos? That's a question for you. No, actually, that would be a chimichanga. fried burrito is a chimichanga. From what I'm told, I think. I don't know. I got the thumbs up from Ashley, so it must be true. Matthew calling me a liar with his peanut voice. That's a funny sentence I never thought I would ever utter. Mike with the Jack 8 top pair, finally catching cards-ish. He's got the best of it right now, so he is going to go ahead and bet while he's got it. And he did it! Congratulations, Mike. I think that's the first hand that he's won. He did it. A blast of applause. Finally caught a pair on the board. Bets it out and everybody folds. Love to see it. He got rid of his button. Spring rolls are burritos, says Megan, and so are chimmies, and so are tightly wrapped tacos. I think spring rolls are burritos. I think egg rolls must be chimichangas. I think they're the same. Now, Matthew asking if I lie like that at home. I lie differently at home. I don't use the peanut voice. Casey with the Jack 10, John with the Ace 3, Kyle with the King 4, Natural with the Jack 4. The flop comes out 6-5-3. Up and down for Kyle and the Natural. Kyle is going to bet. Natural probably going to call. There he goes. On the button, he's got position. I like the call. And the turn card is an ace. That gives John 2 pairs and the boat draw. Casey up a creek. He's just going to check. The Natural's piecing up a bet here. He's going to bet. Casey's out of there. John next to act. Probably in there like swimwear. Matthew asking, is that Bree dealing? It is Bree. I think singular. I'll have to double check. Oh, and look at this. The Natural bets 70. John raises to 150. Just to clear things up in the chat, I only lie when I'm not at home. Wait. Is that true? Wait a second. That's what you call a brain teaser right there. I never lie when I'm not at home. Huh? It's a different one. All right, some of the coolers here. That ace 10 hand versus ace 4. Cooler in a manner of speaking. Yeah, not too many coolers. Not too many like abject coolers. Ashton with the 5-4 is going to raise, call the raise for 20. Eric loves playing the dirty diaper. I got to say, I really like that. Mike with the King Jack, the house hand, throws it away. He already got rid of his nip button. He's free rolling right now. Matthew saying he's setting his clock for 6 p.m. tomorrow. You might want to set it a little earlier than 6 p.m. Do 5:45. Get hyped. You know, turn on that song that really pumps you up, that montage song. Dress for the job you want. Put on a tie.
So we're at 2 went to 10.
You know what I'm saying. He says 1 minute later he's suing for false advertising. Just don't sue me personally. I don't have the lawyer skills nor funds to go to even small claims court. Matt says Katy Perry gets him going. I really put you as more of a Kesha type of guy. That's all right. I'll accept Katy Perry. Kyle flopping 2 pair. The natural flopping ace 9.
My money back, Jack.
And the natural betting 275. This hand has gone off the rails. Don't think the natural can call here. Natural making a play, and Kyle, with a bad hand, flops great. And that's going to get the natural to fold. Kyle scooping another one. Yeah, Matthew, you may be a Swiftie. I heard that 10-minute song by Taylor Swift not that long ago. And then I heard it again. I didn't push the play button, but I did listen to the whole thing twice. 20 minutes of Taylor Swift. Not in a row. He says, I'm the reason for his teardrops on his guitar. It's all right, man. We're going to come back from this. We can come back from this. If I had any, you know what? I'm going to type in Google. Give me a witty Taylor Swift reference. All right, here we go. You ready? Matt, I just want to take this opportunity to thank my local grocery store cashier for judging my midnight snack choices. Truly, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. It's a whole write-up from AI giving me the math about the Taylor Swift reference. Trying to calculate how many eras exist is tough, but remember, you can't spell cats without TS. Huh? All right, I'm not going any further on that. I'm embarrassed that this is my search history. Miss Americana saying, let the games begin. Are you ready for it? I got that one. 6-5-4 on the flop. Eric with 2 pair and Casey with a set of trips. John up and down. Action flop if I ever saw one. A queen comes off on the turn. Eric with 2 pair. Drawing dead. Tough to imagine. Putting together some black chips, some red chips, and he's going to bet, looks like 260, 255. Megan says, those jokes are great. No bad blood here. I got that one too. John is going to fold. Casey with the set of trips. Probably going to shove here. Nope, just makes the call. Wants to see what happens on the turn/river. 5 would be gross. Another 6 would be grosser. And it's an 8. Who was it drawn? Was it Kyle that was drawn? Would have got there with the straight. Eric goes all in for 200. Set of trips is pretty good, but that is a very straighty board. For 200 more, it's going to be a big portion of Casey's stack. If he wins, he gets rid of the nip button and takes that near $1,000 pot. If he loses, got to keep the nip button. It's pretty broke after that. And it's not like he can shove over the top, try and get a fold. Eric's already all in.
I love the mint because it's like so deceptive and just awesome. I enjoy it.
Casey's holding on to the $200 in chips right in front of him. Looks like they're about to go in the middle. What a nasty, nasty run out here. Tough decision. Ruben in the natural, eyeing Casey up, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And he does turn over the sixes after he makes the call. And two pair for Eric. That is doom.
Have a good night, sir.
Man, that is a nasty, nasty run out. Action flop for sure. Eric, good run, buddy. You played great. Really enjoyed your play style. Really enjoyed watching you play, my friend. It does look like he's scooting in his chair and taking off. And we have our first casualty of the live stream. But deep run, almost all the way. Got another 15 or 20 minutes left. Eric was up like 2K, Matthew. He was. And then just caught a bad run of cards. Hand number 60 coming at y'all.
Look at that. It's already open to the app.
A little resettling here. Looks like some Cash App is taking place. Ashton with the 7-6 is going to auto fold away from his chair. I don't hate that. Mike with the King Jack, the house hand. Going to raise it up to 20. Good hand to raise with. Not a great hand to call with. Ruben with the Jack 8. Good enough hand to call with, apparently. Adrian getting a count of the bet. And he's going to make the call. John with the Queen 9. Might as well complete. He is closing the action. And the flop comes out 4 ways. Ace, ace, 10. 2 hearts. Scary board if you're Ruben or even Adrian. Adrian holding the nut flush draw, but John is going to keep up the pressure, betting $25. Mike, paired board. Just needs a queen to get to Broadway. Ruben makes the call. Adrian makes the call. And I think the only Seabiscuit I see is in front of Ashton. 4 of clubs comes off on the turn. And the river card is a 3 of clubs. Heart drop Rick's out. Mike best with king high. Mike's going to check. Ruben's going to check. If Adrian can find a bet here, he may take the pot down. And he doesn't. Mike almost folds. Says, wait a second, is king high really good? King Jack high will take it. Mike wins a small pot, but hey, it is a pot nonetheless. Mike's starting to turn things around here. And this game is going to carry over after the live stream ends, just so you know. You want to play some 5 on the button. We might have 1 or 2 seats open up at the end of the stream. But for the most part, I think this is going to be a long-running game. 3-bet percentage. Adrian still top of the ladder there at 15%. TX Poker doing that free roll tomorrow at 6 p.m. Matthew, I'm talking to you again. Come check it out. If you are not a member of TX Poker yet, just go to the website right there, txpokeronline.com, and then push the download button. And when it asks you to associate with a club, type in KoJack's. Use code KoJack's, not code Doug. Use code KoJack's. Doesn't tie you only to KoJack's, but it does help us with the numbers, let us know where everything's coming from, going to, all that kind of stuff. Kristen in the chat just needed us to come in from the pool and cheer. Luck is changing already. Let's go. Yes, it is. Mike playing very well as always, but just really not connecting with any of the cards on the board. So made some great laydowns, don't get me wrong, but hard to win a pot when you fold. All right, ace, ace, 6 on the top board, 7-5 deuce on the bottom board. Ashton with a small stack of high-value chips. Going to do what he can to turn things around. Ashton, a very seasoned player, good player, can make the comeback, and all he has to do is get rid of that knit button. I think he's the last one remaining. The natural's going to bet out $50 with the ace-10-5 deuce. Got a set of trips on top. Got 2 pair on the bottom. Excellent hand for him. Ashton with the set of trips, the aces on top. Just slightly outkicked, though. He's going to make the call. He's got a pair of 5s on the bottom. And the club draw, the all-important ace-high club draw. Turn cards an 8 of spades on top, 10 of hearts on bottom. That's going to give the natural a better 2 pair, 5s and 10s. Checks around, the natural checks as well. Ruben, full house on top. A set of trip 6s with a pair of aces. That is a boat, if I've ever seen one. He's got the 5, 6, 7, 8 as well working for him on the bottom board. Ashton with the ace-9, 5, 3. Going to be tough to lay this one down, but he does the right move. He makes the fold, and now it's the natural. Does he call Ruben's $280 bet? It looks like he's going to stack up some chips and make the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Got 3 pair on the bottom. Set of trips on top. Does make the call. All the aces are out. But if the natural gets 10, 5, or deuce on top, he's going to have the higher boat. It's a king instead. And a 4 on the bottom. Ruben is going to scoop this one up. Makes the straight on the bottom. Got the boat on the top. Let's see, how much does Ruben want to go for? It looks like half pot, a little less than $300. Good value size. Really asking for a call here. I don't even want to venture to guess how many hours these two players have played at the table against each other. And Jack the Natural does make the fold. Ruben shows face up. He was working with a monster of a bomb pot hand. Actually, a really good PLO hand, too. Adrian apparently impressed with the hand. All right. Some of the coolers that we've seen are not so cool. Not the worst coolers in the world. And I have just lost all audio levels on the table talk. We're going to have to go look at this after the stream, just so you know. Something is strange. Megan in the chat saying, go Mr. Natty. Jack the Natural. And we see our first double straddle of the night. $20 to go. Natural going to fold. Ruben. See if he wants to go 2 in a row. Nope. Casey with the pocket jacks to make the call. Adrian with the 9-7, raising it up to $80. I like that. Ashton with the 5-4 is out of there. Ace King for John is in there. Kyle with the Ace-7 suited. Ace of spades should go all in. And Casey makes the call. Board comes out with an ace on it. Nope, it doesn't. Queen 8 deuce, 2 spades. Kyle now with the nut flush draw. And John's going to bet out with the ace king. 125 to go. 150, sorry, 150 to go. I missed one of the greenie boys. Casey making a good disciplined laydown. Adrian with the 9-7. Well, okay, he does make the call. I'm wondering if it's a misread here, but he's going to peel off one more time. Good couple of cards. Can improve him. 10 of diamonds would be peak. He gets the ace of hearts instead. That'll give John top pair, Kyle top pair with the nut flush draw. John's going to about $500. Top pair, top kicker. Kyle with the snap call. Let's see if that deters Adrian. And he does fold, yeah. All right. Kyle, 2-1 dog here. Needs a little help. Looking for a spade or a 7. And it's a 4 of diamonds, sealing it up for John. Check, check on the river. Man, and John says, give me my money. Oh, man, what a pot right there. Kyle had the world, but unfortunately the cards just didn't want it for him. Matthew saying he saw the flyer and is still skeptical. What flyer are you referring to? He's talking about TX Poker. We're doing a free roll freeze out tomorrow at 6 p.m. All you got to do is sign up before then, log into the account, click the play the freeze out free roll button. I don't know where it will be, but if you can't find it, I don't know what to tell you. Log in, click around, find that freeze out free roll, pop in. No buy, no rebuy, no add-on, just nonstop poker fun. We're going to be testing out the tournaments, and we're starting by giving away $500. If you can get in there and spin it up, first place should be pretty nice. All right, Mike with the pocket 4s. John with the 7 deuce. Let's see if he wants to go 2 for. Nah, he throws it away. Come on, Adrian. Play a hand that wins. Get rid of that nit money. Flop comes out with a 5 on it. And another 5 and an ace. Kyle making up for lost time here. He is the white chip leader at the table. Mike with the pocket 4 is going to bet out $20, it looks like. And Kyle with the smooth call. Turn card king. A 4 would be absolutely disastrous. Kyle with the check mark already. I guess the other 4s are dead. Mike betting out 70. Kyle raising to 215. Mike immediately knows 4's no good. Losing to a king, to an ace, and to a 5. He's going to think about it, weigh his options. Is Kyle making a play? Is he steam betting here after losing that pot? Nope, he's probably not. Mike makes the correct fold right there. That's what I'm talking about. He made the right fold. He folded when he was behind. I think that's a win. Adrian still high as PFR. Adrian, very aggressive player. Luck distribution's got Ruben all the way up at the top. You know what, Matthew, we're going to be skeptical until 6 p.m. together tomorrow. And then after 6 p.m., we don't need to be skeptical anymore. Mike with the Jack 8 folds. Natural with the 8 deuce folds. Ruben with the 9-7 folds. 10-6 for Casey out of there. Adrian 4 deuce. Ashton with the Queen Jack raising it up to 20. Getting 2 callers behind. John with the pocket kings and Kyle with Charlie's favorite hand. 5-3 suited. Ashton needs a little help. Wants to get rid of that knit button. And it looks like the flop's going to be 9-5-5. Kyle flopping a set of trips once again. And I think John may bet here. Real safe board for pocket kings. But Kyle just shows up with it. And he is going to make the call for 55. Turn cards at 10 of spades, bringing home the flush draw. John now with the king of spades. He's got a flush draw. River cards a 7. Kyle smooth checks the turn and just makes the call. And Kyle shows the 5-3. Charlie would be so proud. Matthew, I did expect more fireworks. I ain't going to lie, but I think that spade slowed things down. Ashton doing a little stretch, trying to align his chakras for the next hand. Megan in the chat saying a winner with Charlie's hand. You are not wrong. We are winding down the stream here. Any minute now, we'll be hitting the last hand. We do appreciate everybody for checking us out. Don't forget about TX Poker tomorrow at 6 p.m. Freeze out free roll. $500 prize pool for free.
7 folds or a call.
The natural with the 10-3. Ruben with the king 10.
He's not making it easy for Ashton, is he?
Adrian with the 8-5. Ashton with the ace-6 of spades. Kyle with the pocket 5s. Raising it up to $60. Ruben out of there with the king 10. Ashton's in there trying to make something happen. And we are going to be heads up here. John is out of there with the 6-9. Pocket 5's not looking so bad on that flop. Both players with a gutter ball. Kyle immediately putting Ashton all in. 2 clubs probably means he folds. And I love the body language. Oh, wait a second here. Newcomer to the table, Mr. Buddha. Must have been playing those 1-2 screets and doing pretty good. Matt in the chat saying, tell Ashley no funny business back there. I agree. I don't know what kind of funny business she's been up to, but it needs to stop.
I'm all about that funny business.
She says she's all about that funny business, Matthew. I don't know. Gotta get you up in here policing. Ruben out of position with the Queen Jack, calls 5. Casey with the King 10. Ashton with the 9-6. Natural with the 10-7. Does come along. And so does Mr. Ruben. We are 4 ways to the flop, $80 in the middle. Ace, Queen, 4, 2 hearts. Casey with the nut flush draw and the royal flush draw. Does he get there? We are in the last hour, $600 for the high hand jackpot. It's a 10 on the turn. Queen Jack looking okay right now. Ruben says safe to bet, $20. Casey with the royal draw. Come on, if you don't call here, and he does. Kyle with the King 8s out. Natural with a pair of 10s out. And the river card, is it the Jack of Hearts? Drum roll, please. Nope, it's an ace. Ruben going to take it down with top pair if it gets showdown. Or the highest pair if it gets showdown. Casey shows the King 10 of Hearts. And Ruben shows the pair queens. Matthew says, tell her this ain't no polka club. It's serious up in her. It's a poker. Polka. I wonder how many songs are called Poker Polka. Let's find out. Google box. Tell me the answer. Bring me the world's knowledge. Okay, I got several hits. It's a musical number from the 1963 Broadway musical 110 in the Shade. Sounds like a hot day in West Texas. 110 in the shade. Ace 10 for Casey. John's got pocket 7s. Ashton away from the table. And this is going to be the last hand of the live stream. I hope it's a good one. King 10-5 on the board. Casey with a pair of 10s. Same for Ruben. John with a pair of 7s. And a Jack of Hearts comes off. Casey with the nut flush draw. $25 is the bet. John probably out of there. No heart. Kyle probably out of there. Ruben makes the fold. Kristen says Preston and Emma are cheering loud for their dad. Mike is working on making a big move here. And this game is going to continue long after the live stream. So we'll have to catch up with Mike and see exactly how he does by the end of the stream, or rather by the end of the game. Not caught a whole lot of cards at the beginning of the stream, but luck was starting to turn around there towards the end. So hopefully that trend continues. And we'll have to see what happens with Ashton as well. It looked like he was having a hard time with those cards towards the end of the stream too, but we'll see what happens. And again, this game is going to continue on long after the stream ends. So if you want to play 5 on the button, come on out to KoJack's. We've got a couple of tables in the main room, and we got pretty cool things coming up for the next few streams. We're starting up our series. The end of summer series begins next week with a round of satellites into some of the bigger events. Deep Stack Satellite on Tuesday. We've got the Big O Satellite on Thursday, and we've got the High Roller Satellite on Friday. So come out to those, try and get a cheap seat into some of those series events that'll be occurring on the following week, starting us off August 16th with the Tag Team Tournament. Make sure to get a partner, swing them round and round, play some poker with them. Should be a lot of fun. Ashley dancing in the background. We love to see it. All right, everybody. Till next